Hey you! Why our parents are wrong about owning HDB? Hello friends, today I'm going to share with you, can owning a HDB allow you to retire comfortably? Have you ever wondered? Well, if let's say you are at your age right now, what kind of property would you like to own at your retirement age? Look here, if you are 62, what is the property quantum do you want to own when you retire? Is it 500k or $5 million? How much do you need to retire really? Do you know, to retire at age 62 and live until the age of 80, if you would like to have $2,500 income per month, how much savings do you think you will need? Well, it's actually $540,000. Well, this is such a huge amount, right? Can you save enough to ensure that your retirement is fulfilled? Well, let's take a look at our HDB prices since 1990. And as you can see, if you own a HDB resale flat in Ang Mo Kio, in 1990 it was only $130,000. But then if you see it today, the price has appreciated up to $515,000. Wow! What about the other type of flats in Ang Mo Kio? Here we can see that for a 3-room flat, it has appreciated up to $320,000. A 4-room flat, $466,000, and that is really a huge sum of money, right? What about our CPF retirement sum? As you know, a lot of our HDB owners use CPF to pay towards their housing mortgage for HDB. Therefore, it is necessary that we must take a look at their CPF retirement sum as well. So in this year 2020, you can see that CPF states that you have to fulfill a full retirement sum of $181,000. But most of our HDB owners would probably own a flat. So by right, the minimum sum they must keep if they own a flat is $90,500. This is to ensure that they can have some payout when they reach 65 years ahead. Okay, so an example, if a couple today at 55 owns a 5-room HDB flat in Ang Mo Kio, and they decided that they would want to right size to a smaller flat. So at 55, let's say downsize from a 5-room to a 3-room flat, he already have a fully paid Ang Mo Kio 5-room flat today at $515,000, and he would like to sell and buy a 3-room flat at Ang Mo Kio fully paid at $310,000. With this, he would probably have a balance in his CPF of $205,000, and usually this house will be owned by a couple, right? Husband and wife. So with this $205,000, let's say both of them would want to have a minimum sum in their CPF in their retirement account to ensure that they have payout at 65. So with this amount, each of them will ensure that at 65 years onwards, they would have a payout of $810 per month coming into their account. So what about the balance? So the balance only about $24,000, and if they were to divide by the number of years before they reach 65, that is about 120 months, they can only use up $200 per month to spend till they reach 65. So is this enough? This couple may have to continue working to earn a living should they do not have any other extra savings. How do I get this $810 per month? So if you look at CPF states that if you are age 55 in 2020, in order for you to actually have a monthly payout from 65 years ahead at $2,000 above, or maybe 2,000 to 2,180, as you can see in the first column. Okay, you notice that they have to have a savings of 271,500 under the enhanced retirement sum to ensure that they have each a $2,000 per month payout. So that's really huge, $271,000 per person. So can we really reach our $2,500 per month retirement target? I don't know. So let's take a look at our private property prices. Okay, this is an example of two properties. One is a freehold and one is a leasehold, 99 years leasehold. And if someone has bought it since 1995, the price have appreciated double. As you can see here, Pandan Valley used to be 1.18 million and today it is 2.63 million. Whereas for the Lake Point, which is a 99 years leasehold, if someone were to hold it as long as it is, more than 30 years, this is the kind of appreciation they will see. It's almost doubled. Wow! So imagine if you were the owner of Pandan Valley and Lake Point today. You can ensure that if you were to sell this property today, you can buy the 5-room flat in Ang Mo Kio, and yet you still have more than $1 million to hold, and each of you will probably have a $500,000 put aside, and therefore you can definitely retire based on our target at $2,500 per month, right? Okay, so what happened really with HDB? So here I'm going to show you the HDB resale price index. Okay, this is a chart that has been sourced by SRX that shows you the trend of HDB that have increased since 2009. You can see that HDB price do increase over the years, and until our government came out with certain policies, you notice that the HDB price dropped from its peak in 2012 December. The index was 152.4 and it has dropped further down until today in 2020 down to 132.4. Okay, what does this mean, right? Why did HDB drop? Why? Okay, you can see from our previous slide that each year as the HDB increase, you notice that our government will intervene and start putting in cooling measures, and especially with HDB price, our government will control some policies in terms of the eligibility of buyers coming into the market. Okay, and this is to ensure that our HDB remain affordable for everyone in Singapore. And as you know, HDB is a public housing, so the majority have to be looked after. Okay, so give you an example about a client of us who actually bought a 5-room flat in Tampines, block 278. You can see here from the flat details, he bought this flat in the year 1999 February at 388,000. Okay, sorry, actually 1999, not 2000. Okay, so over here, he has been paying for this house since he bought it and have fully paid for the past 20 years. And he has paid using his CPF. You can see over here, he has incurred some interest, and the principal amount he have put in is $644,000. So today, if he were to sell this flat, can he ensure his principal plus interest are returned back in whole? Look at the current transaction over here. In fact, the valuation of the property today is only worth 505k, and on top of that, he actually sold it in February the 1st of 2020 that he can only sell it at 500,000. Okay, this is an actual transaction. It's not something that we came up with, but this is actual transacted. And if you notice, if he has spent 644,000 and today he sell a fully paid property at $500,000, what happened? He lost 144,000. In here we say loss of CPF or paper loss. Wow, that's really huge. So just looking at this, with HDB, he can't even get his accrued interest back. But he's lucky, he managed to get his principal plus some profit there, but is that a lot of profit over 20 years? So you can notice that for HDB, the longer you keep, maybe you have more losses. Okay. So what is happening today? Why is HDB continue to remain low in terms of the prices? Here I'm showing to you what we have here, the top 5 MOP HDB yearly, the top 5 towns that will reach its minimum occupation period yearly. So in this year 2020, you notice that the government have pumped in huge amount of BTO, and therefore in 2020 we will expect 15,920 new resale unit pumped into the resale market. So this is actually you can see that this is actually a problem with both the current resale market that is HDB that is very very old, as well as the current MOP units. The MOP units, the owners are also having a challenge and competitors around their area, because at one point, for example, you can see here Punggol, 6,000 over household were MOP together, and therefore their price will be competitive, right? So in 2021, you'll see another 14,000, and then another 22,000, and another 10,000. Isn't that huge? Okay. So let's take a look at the number of household you see every year in Singapore. So in this chart, you notice that yes, we all know that HDB have reached more than a million, a bit more than a million HDB units, and therefore you can see in 2019, our HDB dwellings have reached 1.079 million. But what about our private property owners? We are only having 222,000. Okay, so if you look at year by year, how much have we increased based on the private property? Not much. Basically about 8 to 9,000 only. But for the HDB, what happened? Every year we'll see an increase of 20 to 30,000 increase in the number of HDBs. Is that a real concern? So now let's look at the non-landed private property price index. So you see here, okay, if you see here, we have the non-landed private property price index. It is there, you see from 2009, it does increase similarly to our HDB owners, right? But how far have we increased from 100 points to the peak? So you notice the peak, similarly to the HDB owners in December 2012, that was their peak. Private property owners also reached their peak, but their peak is from 100 points all the way to 178.2 points. And then, despite having a lot of cooling measures along the way, we still reach a new peak this year up to 190.7. So for the private property price, we keep reaching newer, higher peaks, and even if it's lower, the low peaks on we keep reaching new low, the low peaks is always higher than the previous peak. So this shows that our private property price have always increased, and we hit new historic prices. So why is that so? There's so much that we need to learn about the private property market. Okay, why are buyers keep buying new launches, and why are buyers keep buying and buying despite you seeing a lot of projects out there in the market? That's why we are here, to ensure that you keep enriching your knowledge in property, because there are so many things out there that you probably have not heard, or probably you have ignored. So we are here, it's our obligation to keep showing to you why the trend has changed, and therefore there's so many consumers lined up for you by PropNext. We have a lot of consumer seminars almost every week. You notice that we even have interesting topics that may interest you, and for this week alone we have 3 and 4 seminars that you can actually contact us and enrich yourself with more information on our property. So contact us, okay, talk to us to find out more, whether you want to get us register you for our seminar. Talk to us because we are here for more than 20 years combined experience. Since 2008, NeezaNizam has always been helping consumers out there, upgrading and doing their asset progression for them. Okay, therefore enrich yourself. Let your hard-earned money work harder for you. I'm here to tell you that you have to take action. Buying the right property is not about buying a luxury or something that you want to show off. It's not about that, but basically buy the right property to ensure it is your savings plans toward a better retirement for you and your family. Okay, here are our numbers. Do contact us. Feel free to WhatsApp and ask us any questions. Okay, till then, take care. Bye.